Hi and welcome to Love Doing Yoga on this glorious Friday evening. Those blue skies are just so amazing and wonderful to see. So I hope you will get out into the sunshine over the weekend. Our practice today, if your knees occasionally get a bit grumpy with you, hopefully you'll find this practice useful. So as always, throughout the practice, listen to your body and only do what feels right for you today. So beginning our practice, let's lie down to start with today. Make yourself comfortable on your mat. Close your eyes. Let go of your day and everything that's going on in your life. And just bring yourself to the mat. Allow the body to soften into the mat, releasing yourself, releasing any tightness or tension. And then let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your nose, filling your belly, pause, and then exhaling through your nose. And taking 2 more breaths here. And then bending your knees, just hug your knees into your chest. Take a little movement here if you like. And then coming to stillness, put your hands on top of your knees and just draw big circles with them. First in one direction, and then let's change that direction. And coming to stillness, let those feet come down onto the mat. And roll over onto your side, keeping your knees bent so your shins are parallel with the long side of the mat, your thighs are parallel with the short side. Putting your right palm on top of your left, and then just draw that right arm all the way over to the right. Adjust your upper body. And let's take 3 breaths here. Releasing that right shoulder into the mat. And then drawing the right hand back over on top of the left. Coming back to the center, let's just take it over to the other side. So again, shortening the bending the knees, shins up against the long side, thighs parallel with the short side, left palm on top of right, and then draw it across, adjust the upper body. See as much as possible if you can get that left shoulder connected to the mat. And again, let's take 3 breaths here. And when you're ready, drawing that left hand over to the right, continue on to come into tabletop. I'm just going to swing around so I'm facing this direction, and then let's step up here to the top of the mat. And as you're standing at the top of your mat, equal weight on both feet. That weight evenly distributed across the feet from the ball of your foot to your heel, and those feet pointing straight forward in the same direction, standing up nice and tall, ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, raising up the arms, palms together, raise the gaze and take a breath. And sweeping down into a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you can, as much as you need to at least. And coming up to your halfway lift, lengthening through the spine, finding that space. And forward fold again. Deepening the fold. And let's step that right leg back, reaching up into your low lunge. And through to your plank. So setting up those hands so that your weight is nicely distributed on your hands. It's not all taken in your wrist. You've got it up around your knuckles, activating those hands. One more breath here. And then coming down either through knees, feet, chest and belly, or slowly lowering yourself down onto the mat. And then from here, let's draw the forehead and chest away. And push on up through tabletop, slowly making your way into downward dog. So remembering to pedal your way in to just help those legs get into a nice stretched position. And as you're pedaling the legs, focus on your spine, making it nice and long, pressing away from the mat, pushing those hips back, gaze towards the belly button. And when you're ready, stretching that right leg out behind you, let's step it through for your low lunge. And forward fold. Bend the knees, coming all the way up. From here, bringing the hands into prayer. Let's step it back with the left leg so that it's in line with the right leg. Bending this right knee so the ankle, or the knee is over the ankle. So you've got a nice generous bend here, as deep an angle as you can get while still keeping the knee over the ankle. Put a little bit of weight into the outside edge of that back foot to really feel the benefit of this pose. Strengthening here the muscles into the knee and getting a nice stretch in that back leg. Opening out the arms, softening the shoulders, turning the gaze to the front, warrior one. Let's take 3 breaths here. Remembering to engage the core as you exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And then bending this right arm, bring it down onto your thigh. Just watch, so I don't know if you noticed there, but my knee had come back a little bit. So you need to keep conscious of keeping that knee over the ankle. Draw the left arm up past the ear, letting the chest look upwards and outwards. One more breath here. And then let that right hand point down, opening up the front leg as you draw the left hand up for your triangle. Again, don't worry too much about how deep you are in this. You don't have to be all the way down to the ground. You can be here. Or even with your hand resting and your knee slightly bent. So whatever works for you. But what we want is to be all on the kind of one plane. Looking up towards the hand. One more breath. And drawing the hand down, framing that foot. Step that left foot up to meet the right, coming all the way up to stand, drawing the hands over the head, palms together, raise the gaze, take a breath. Sweeping down into your forward fold. And halfway lift. Forward fold again. Remembering on that exhale, deepening the fold and engaging the core. And let's step the left leg back this time to your low lunge. And through to your plank. Keeping those hands nice and active, pressing away from the mat. One more breath here. And then bringing yourself down onto your mat in whatever way you like. And once you reach the mat, drawing away from it with your chest and your forehead. Very light with the hands. All of the work has been done by the muscles in your back and your core. And pushing on up into your downward dog. Two more breaths here.
And stretching that left leg out behind you, stepping it through for your low lunge. And stepping into your forward fold. Bending the knees. Coming all the way up, hands into prayer. This time we're stepping our right leg back. I'm just going to take it to the top of the mat so I don't have my back to you. Stepping the right leg back again. We want those heels in line with each other. Good bend of this knee, keeping it level over the ankle. Arms in your T, looking out over that left hand. 3 breaths. And bending the left elbow, draw that right arm up past the ear. Lovely stretch here from the right foot all the way up to the top of the right hand. And then taking it from here to your triangle, so opening out that front leg and bringing in your triangle. One more breath here. And framing this foot, stepping it up to the top, bend the knees, coming up to stand. Good. And from here, let's get those feet together, toes together, heels a little bit apart. And we're going to sit back into our chair pose. So the hips go back, the knees stay behind the toes, raise up the arms. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Keep the legs in position. Inhale, rising up with the torso and the arms. Legs remain still. Exhale, coming back down. Twice more. Inhale, lifting the torso and the arms. Exhale, coming down. And final time, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, coming down. And then opening out the legs as you just come into a forward fold. Bend the knees. Coming up to stand. Good. Let's shift the weight into this right foot and take it into a tree pose. So we're turning this left leg at a right angle. We want to keep this knee at the right angle all the time throughout your tree pose. And then stepping your foot either onto your calf or your thigh, whichever feels right for you. But keeping that knee at a right angle. Find your point of balance. Try to keep that foot away from your knee. Standing up tall. Maybe raise the arms up over the head. One more breath here, keeping the gaze nice and soft. And releasing the hands down, releasing the leg down. Good, let's take that to the other side. So turning that right foot at a right angle and drawing it up to the calf or the thigh.
whichever you prefer. Press the foot into the leg and the leg into the foot to really seal them together and help with the stillness and the balance of the pose. Also let your core help you. It'll just give you something solid for your body to place itself around. Soften the gaze. Focus on the breath. One more breath here. And releasing the hands down, releasing the leg down. Sweep the arms up over the head and then sweeping them down to come into a forward fold. And make your way down to tabletop. And in your tabletop, again, keeping those hands nice and active, pressing away from the mat. Focus on the breath as you exhale, drawing up that pelvic floor, belly button in and up. And then from here, drawing up into a downward dog, curling those toes, pushing the hips back to the heels as you rise up into your downward dog, pushing those hips back, pushing the hands away from the mat, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Really active pose. 2 more breaths here. And then from here, let's just step the feet up to the hands, bend the knees, making your way down to sit on your mat with your toes flexed. Feet flexed, toes pointing up. And let's take it into a forward fold here. So bend your knees as much as you need to as you fold forward. And with each breath, just see, can you get a little deeper into the fold? One more breath. And then drawing yourself up. Let's step the right foot over the left, keeping that left foot flexed, drawing the right leg back. Let's take a nice twist here. Lengthening through the spine, trying to keep the shoulders over the hips, so we don't want to be back here in our twist. We want to stay relatively upright. One more breath here. And then coming back to the center, let's just take that to the other side. So left leg out long, no, right leg out long, left leg across. And again, trying to keep the shoulder as much as possible in a straight line with the hip. Using this right arm to just help the stretch along here. And then releasing it, bending the knees,
lowering yourself down onto the mat. Lifting up those feet, hands on the knees again. Once again, let's just do big circles. Feeling the knees move gently as they just cool down. After all that bending and straightening, strengthening and stretching. And then let's just take that in the opposite direction. And coming to stillness, let the feet come down onto the mat, the legs come out long, the feet flop out to the side, arms down by your sides, palms facing upwards. And give your body now time to restore and to embed that memory of that movement deep within your muscle fibers. As you just let go your feet, your shins and calves. Let go the fronts of your knees and the backs of your knees. Your quads, your hamstrings, your whole legs, just let them go. Letting go your glutes and pelvis, the whole back of your body and shoulder blades, the front of your body, chest and shoulders. Letting go your arms and your hands, your head, face, jaw and chin. The whole of your body, just let it go. And take some time here for gratitude. Gratitude for whatever is filling you with happiness today. And then let your attention go to your breath as you inhale through your nose, filling your belly. Pause. And then exhale through your nose. Keeping your focus on your breath for the next few minutes.